The invitation. That's it. That's all I want you to focus on. And we're going to spend a few minutes talking about the importance of the invitation and why it's the key to your entire business. And if you don't humanize yourself during this process, I don't know how else to say this. If my language is too rich for you and you don't like my style, I'm sorry to bleep this out. If you don't humanize yourself during this process, you will fucking fail in this industry. What do I mean by humanizing? Be real. Be real, and integrity is everything. If you're on my team and I catch you lying one time, making a false claim that you willfully did, misrepresenting, manipulating people, I will do everything in my power to do my best to get you off of my team with corporate. It's as simple as that. And I'll never work with you outside of the industry, period. The industry has enough problems. We only do 4 things in network marketing. We contact people. We invite them to see a plan. It's either previously recorded or it's a live event. We follow up with them, and then we schedule a 3-way call, right? Contact, invite, show the plan, follow up. And the invite and contact are the same thing, and then follow up and schedule a call. They're all interchangeable, right? Contact, invite, show plan, follow up. That's it. We make this so difficult. And you have to keep in mind, I was on a podcast the other day and I was interviewed. We were talking about the concept of duplicatability and how, for the most part, there's several of us in the network marketing industry that are successful, but we're not duplicatable. I mean, I was told years ago by multimillionaires, you will never be duplicatable because you wear a suit and tie when you do your presentations. You've got professional studio, all this stuff. And I went, man, you know what? My business is going to fail. Until I realized that's the whole point. I don't need to be duplicatable. The process does. So if you're in a position right now where you're a little bit overwhelmed, I can't invite like so-and-so does. I can't present like so-and-so does. I can't describe things like so-and-so does. That is the easiest, most teachable stuff on the planet. You want to invite properly? We'll teach you that. You want to present and pitch and close? You will teach you that. All that stuff. What we can't teach you is you, right? We can't teach you to be you. Normally, the traditional network marketing model is you get recruited and then your upline makes it sound so unbelievably easy. Just go enroll 2 people. And that, over the history of this industry, single-handedly has destroyed this business by multiplying, 100x fold, infinite-wise, gotten people to say, well, they just told me the business was easy. Your job in network marketing is to provide value, right? It's to provide value, because when value is clear, decisions are easy. So we're putting stuff in front of people to getting them to see value, right? The hard part is getting them to get in front of it in the first place. I don't care how amazing your presentation is. I don't care how awesome, like you're so introverted, you can't talk to people, but corporate sent you this great package. Well, how the hell can you wind up calling people, hey, Jane, I got to get you, John, I got you, I don't want to see this, I don't want to see this. That's where the biggest hurdle is. The biggest hurdle is not in the presentation. It is not in the objection handling. It's none of that, because if you have a good team, the team is available for you. Like our team, we have people who will present for you. We have people who will close for you and pitch for you. And even if you need people to call, we'll do it for you. We work for you. But I'm going to tell you flat out, you have to master the invite. So that's what this entire thing is about. So number 1, look at your resources. With our team specifically, what do we have? We have a ton of previously recorded footage on training, on presentations, on science and biology and product, you name it. We have podcasts. All of our content specifically in our team is geared towards the 3 C's: commerce, cash flow, and culture, right? So all you have to do is properly read your audience. And the purpose for doing that and creating 3 C's instead of 1 is to avoid the numbers game in your 50-50 percentage. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, if you only had value in a product and you said, hey, John, I've got this phenomenal product I want you to see. And John's like, no, I'm not interested. I got another product. That's it. Your pitch is done and it's over with. Because you're not educated, you don't believe, you're not convicted in the other parts of the value you show, you're not going to be able to power forward. And then what's worse is you won't progress as an individual in this business, right? Because every single person you deal with, it could be a no today, but 2 years from now, that could be a yes. All you're looking to do is train. The beauty about this business is when you see past the analysis paralysis, When you stop reading all the books, listening to all the podcasts, do all that stuff and go, oh, you mean the growth actually comes from talking to people and then learning in the process? When you do that, everything grows and everything cultivates. So the traditional network marketing model is to wear somebody down, get them to buy your product, and then get them to become a business partner. That's not what we exactly do. We attack it because it's business. This is not personal. This is business, right? Your job is to make your business grow. That's what we look at. Your job is to wind up cultivating everything you have and then properly presenting it to your prospect. That could be commerce, how you make your product, right? Commerce, right? Oh, this is the product that we have. This way, if John says, oh, I'm really not interested, hey, I can absolutely appreciate that. Do you mind? I'd like to show you the other aspects of why we're so passionate about our company. This is how we make our money, and this is the community that we're involved in. So when you wind up having one no, you have two other avenues to go through, right? So we have all of this material for you. So don't get overwhelmed in, how do I invite? Together. Remember, we work for you on this team. If you're having a problem figuring out how to invite, this is what the Zoom is for. This is what these training videos are for. This is what the weekly trainings are for. This is what the daily chat is for that you're involved in. Ask questions. It's our job to work for you. We will not, you'll never chase us down, right? We will always be there for you, asking you what you need from you need from us. That being said, one of the things I disagree with most in the duplication pattern of network marketing is teaching to the weakest link. It's my view. Is it successful? Of course it is. When you wind up having a numbers game, and I told you, I'm a very big fan of Ray Higdon. I've had a conversation with him. I interviewed him for a podcast. I think he's a tremendous human being who's done so much for this industry. I just don't happen to agree. For me, personally, it may be great for you, but it doesn't work for me. The mindset of go for no, which is a very good philosophy that he created, and that's his pattern. You go into this exchange of conversation and dialogue with the fear of no and rejection already being taken off the table because it's a high probability they're going to say no in the first place. If I approached everything like that in my life, I'd achieve nothing. Every woman I ever thought about courting, every business I ever thought about opening up, every time I ever thought about getting in shape or losing weight, doesn't matter what the process is for success in my life. For me personally, if I wound up going into something with a no mentality, the number, I'm not going to hit the weight loss this time. I've got 10 more chances to try. For me, because I'm so assertive and aggressive in everything I take on, I need to make sure that everything I do is a yes, because I'm in control of 50% of the fight. My side. I'm in 100% control of that 50%. Does that make sense? Right? That's why we don't have the go for no mentality and why we don't turn this into a numbers game. The other side is too, I think that one of the biggest problems in network marketing is teaching to the weakest link in anything. Doesn't matter if it's sports, doesn't matter if it's a job. The mentality always was, for me growing up was, if you have 20 varsity wrestlers and one is a JV wrestler, well, we're all going to teach to the JV wrestler's mentality so that he doesn't feel discluded. I 100% disagree with that. 100% disagree with that. This is my view. If you show me a skill set that someone else has and you dumb it down to make me feel included, I will get lazy. I won't see value. I will do everything I can, because misery loves company, to drag that team down. But if I see other people having success and learning a skill set that I don't understand, I love the inner challenge of stepping up to the plate and trying to achieve more. So one of the philosophies we have is everybody has a seat at the table with our team. Every single person. But we will teach you to eat steak and potatoes with a knife and a fork. Other network marketing teams that I've been a part of have accused the way that we think of, no, Dominic, you need to keep people on bottles until they're indefinitely ready for more training. No, not at all. You will never grow from that. And that keeps people dependent and codependent on their upline. One of the biggest lies in this industry is people say, I want you to surpass me. We have an ego problem in this industry where people just want the microphone to get up on stage, and this is how I made my $2 million. And they want the glory and the accolades because that's human nature, because it fucking feels amazing when you wind up having the spotlight on you. But the wealth isn't there. and the true calling of helping other people isn't there. So what I want you to do is I want you, if, right, you will always have a seat at the table. The food will always be for you. But myself or no other team leader in this company or on our team specifically is ever going to force you to sit down. We will always tell you, hey, dinner's ready. Hey, lunch is ready. Hey, breakfast is ready. But if you're not showing up to the table to sit and eat with us, the spot's always going to be open until you're ready. Always know that. Sometimes it's going to take months, if not years, for some people for this to catch on. I got involved with network marketing in 2012. I didn't have my first run until June of 2020. That's 8 years because I didn't have passion in the industry. It didn't make sense to me. I didn't know how to present it. I didn't know where my skill set lies, right? I'm blessed with people that I work with who are so patient with me to help cultivate that. But, you know, that's the beauty of this business. You present yourself when you're ready. So keep that in mind, right? Understand something. We will not teach to the weakest link, but we will teach you how to get to that upper echelon level based on your ability. I hope that makes sense, right? We'll never dumb down material for you, but what we do is we will take the time necessary to educate on you. When it comes to contacting and inviting, right, this is the nucleus of everything you do. Because again, remember, if I've got that banquet, right, and I've got everything known to man, right? So we're going to present the banquet the same way that, you know, Izzo presents the 3 C's for the way that we present value in network marketing, right? So I've got a meat dish, a poultry dish, a fish dish, a vegan dish, a vegetarian dish. I've got a non-alcoholic beverage, alcoholic beverage. I've got diet. I've got everything possible. But the way that I invite you to it, that's what's key. I can't go up to you. And this is a dynamic topic that you will learn over time, right? You cannot present your value into someone else. I'm going to say that again. You cannot present your value into somebody else. So when you're going to be presenting this invite and say, hey, listen, John, I've got the single greatest steak you've ever had. Oh my God, I had it last week. I stole the recipe. It's on this table. You got to come over and eat this. I don't eat steak. Not a problem, dude. I've got fish. You heard tilapia is kind of like the cockroach of the ocean. Don't worry about it. We've got fresh trout and salmon that we just fished out of Alaska. We made it for you. It's healthier than you could possibly believe. I'm not in the mood for fish. Vegan. Dude, I got that, what is that? That tofu stuff we've created. No matter how much you present to somebody, you're never going to get your passion, your excitement, your message into the arms of somebody else for a couple different reasons. Number one, it just may not be what they want. Number two, for some strange reason, as human beings, we have a very negative mindset, right? If I walked up to you and I said, hey, here's $1 million in cash, all for you, you know you're going to be like, what's the catch? We have this automatic defense system that goes up. So if you try to present people something on like the traditional keywords, right? Hey, Jane, I've got an amazing opportunity for you. What's the amazing opportunity? It's not amazing to me. I don't want an opportunity. You know, this and that. If you read the scripts, right? Because several network marketing companies have pre-written scripts for you. All that you do is you wind up calling your friends and family or typing this up, and you do as many as possible. Here's my problem with that. Does it work? Yes, it does. Does it not work? Yeah, it fails because you're not being a human being. Because the one thing that they don't teach when they're talking to you about doing these scripts is tonality. And tonality has everything to do with who you are and how you're conveying your passion through to somebody else. You need to be a couple different things in network marketing or any business to succeed. That's going to be number one. You're going to be the perceived expert in the field, right? I'm retired law enforcement. I'm a martial arts expert. I'm a cigar aficionado. Out of those 3 things, with the martial art that I talk about, I can teach it better than almost anybody else on the planet. And there's 6 million people who do this art. I've been doing it for over 25 years. I'm the best at it in the world. Number one, that's my mentality. Number two, I've taken 25 years to study it. When it comes down to law enforcement, yeah, I have about, let's see, I started in 2001, so my years of experience keep going. I'm no longer a cop, but I still stay up in a lot of stuff. But there's people who have been doing it longer than I have, you know, who probably had higher ranks, so they know more stuff. So I got some room to grow in that area too. When it comes to being a cigar aficionado, I know what I like, but if you ask me what tones and notes and flavors and do I have a hint of coffee in this, my palate isn't educated. So I'm not going to try to bullshit you to buy one of my cigars, right? That's the same concept. I'm going to be a perceived expert at the level of what I convey it in. John, I'm brand new in network marketing. Listen, I literally got involved with this business last week. It made a lot of sense to me this way that it was presented. I don't know if it's going to have any sense for you, but I'd like to it's important for me, right? This may not be important for you, but this is important for me to share this with as many people as possible. I'd like you to see this. I'm going to send you a link, or I want you to do this presentation. Couple different things when it comes to being a perceived expert. Don't lie. Never lie. If you lie, I will have nothing to do with you. Number two, speak to the level of what you know. John, I just got involved with network marketing the other day. I can't believe how amazing this business is. It had $300 billion in transactions done between 2021 and 2022. It's the single fastest growing economic savior in all of capitalism. Don't talk like that if you don't know the truth about all that stuff. There is nothing wrong with showing the level of your expertise. John, I got involved with this literally yesterday. The people I told with said I needed to build momentum, so I have to get over my fear of calling and inviting people. So that's exactly what I'm doing. There's an event that's going up on Thursday. I wanted to send you the link, and I'd like you to be on it. What is wrong with telling the truth? Because the seed you're planting with people is they may not get into your business today, but do you think that you're going to have a personal level of improvement 2 years from now to where if you reapproach them 2 years from now, John, hey, I talked to you about this 2 years ago. I was brand new in the business. Yeah, I really appreciate you listening to me. Listen, here's where the business was back then and what I knew, and here's where the numbers are now. I'd love to sit down and have a conversation talking about them. You don't think it's going to grow? And then don't you think that over time that the people who are your biggest fans, your biggest haters, they're going to watch you grow. They're going to look to see where you stumble, where you quit, where you give up. And at the same time, too, they're going to look to see where you're improving. Wow, she's still doing this business. There might be something to it. I think I want to have a conversation with her. The contacting and inviting is the most important thing you do, right? So number one, be real. You have to be real. Becoming a perceived expert comes the more that you study this business. While during the process of inviting, you're going to get questions asked. Isn't that one of those pyramid scams? And your defenses are going to go up, and your blood pressure is going to rise, and your embarrassment's going to go. You're like, how do I answer this question? Well, now when you're like, yeah, it's one of those pyramid scams. You're right. I'll call you later. Now you need an answer to that question. So you come to your team, you come to team leaders, you go online. How do I answer that? So that the next time that question is answered or asked, you answer, yeah, as defined by the United States government and capitalism, a pyramid scam is when money is exchanged for no product or service. I could see how this could be a pyramid scam because it was always told to me that before I got in the industry. But with our business, we're 100% exchanging product with cash. I mean, with your payment. So it's legitimately not a pyramid scam, but I understand your concerns. So we have perceived expert, which will come over time for your education. You get educated by us, by training, by showing up to training events, by watching videos that we've done for you. And the most important training that you go through is hands-on, picking up those calls, going through all that, getting that done. So number one is training. Remember that, or being a perceived expert in the field. Perceived expert comes through time and knowledge. The more you train, the more you'll learn. The second thing is your tonality, right? There's a massive difference between enthusiasm and excitement, and you have to learn that. Don't be that person who invites with hype and emotionalism and Jane, oh my God, you need to come and see this video. We're going to make $1 million in your first 6 months. You're going to be richer than shit. I don't know what to do with it. That's how I was first recruited. I was first recruited with manipulation tactics. I will give you a month off the rent here because I rented space out of a gym to teach martial arts. And I didn't want to hear about this stuff until the day the guy says, listen, I'm going to give you a month off your rent if you wind up watching and joining. X amount to join, X amount for rent. Okay. And then I saw these numbers. Oh, you're going to get rich with your personality and blah, 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 blah. That was it. That was it. If you didn't know, like if your skill set was limited at how you make coffee in the morning, but somebody said, dude, you are so good at making coffee. Holy shit. I'm giving you the keys to a Starbucks franchise. You're going to make $1 million in your first 6 months. You know how to make coffee, but you don't know how to order. You don't know the difference between their different types of blends. You didn't learn the recipes. You didn't learn how to wind up cleaning and breaking down and servicing and using the systems that baristas do. You don't know how the earpieces work to communicate with your other employees on the floor. You don't know how to schedule a shift. You don't know how their POS, point of service system, works. It's more than making coffee. So what do when they send you to a franchise, right? McDonald's, Starbucks, anything else? You go through training. If you purchase a franchise, a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, a Burger King, you're going to spend a considerable amount of time learning their system. They don't just say, you know how to make a burger, here, go. Everything is uniformed. Well, there goes back, that kind of reinforces the belief and the expert, right? Because you're trained so often that, one of the patties from McDonald's has to be on the grill for 2 minutes this side, 2 minutes that side, this piece of cheese, this exact dollop of ketchup and mustard, onions, the buns, it's wrapped up, it's put fresh. From the time it's ordered to the time it's done is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You will have such confidence in the process that duplicating it is easy. And you'll be able to express the value in what was delivered because you've done it thousands of times. So do you see the importance of doing this over and over again? And the importance of training, and why we specifically with our team, we don't leave you out to dry and go, hey, just go get 2 people on. That has been the number one complaint I've ever had with network marketing is people who make it sound so easy. Oh, you just go recruit 2 people and you will see it. They all do the same diagram, right? They draw the circle, line, circle, circle. So it's you. And then you're gonna recruit 2 people. They just do that right over. Do you know that there's some people that takes a year to recruit 1 person? Other people recruit. It took me a couple of years ago. I started over, and it took me 18 months. 18 months for several different reasons. I didn't have the passion, didn't have the knowledge, didn't have the education, didn't have the personal pressure and the pain point. But once I understood, it was like, oh, this is ridiculously simple. We will get you there based on your speed. So if you come in this business and you're pissed that, the first 2 months you got nothing, the first 2 years you got nothing, understand our availability never changes for you. We will feed you and pour ourselves into you the same amount we did on day 1 as we do day 720. But that has to be on your timetable and it has to be your effort. And you have to show that you want us to wind up feeding you and pouring into you. So when it comes down to the tonality, don't be excited. I just got this business. This is incredible. You have to be enthusiastic. Listen, I have no idea what this means to you, right? This means a lot to me. This is important to me. I love what I've just been exposed to, and I want to share it with you. Tonality is everything. I'll say it a different way. I have no idea what this means to you. Holy shit, dude, I have no idea what this means a lot to me. I'm going to be a millionaire in 6 months. You need to join me on this. That's excitement. Then there's the reading of the script. I have no idea what this means to you. If I send you a video, will you watch it? And I want to see if you have any value in. This is why our team specifically, we want you over that fright, and why we don't endorse emails or texts to holding conversation. A couple different reasons. It's not personal. I'm not a big fan of the funnel filling services, right? All I want is people to get on the phone with me, because if they can't hear my passion, then there's no point for them ever doing business with me. But understand, you don't have to be a clown. You don't have to be an actor. You don't have to be a salesperson. You need to be exactly who you are. The invitation is 100% cultivated on the very best of you. If you're shy, if you're scared, can you tell me if there's anything wrong with saying, hey, listen, I'm so nervous right now. I'm terrified you're going to reject me. I would love it if you just listen to what I have to say. Why can you not say that? Why can you not say that? I'm going to tell you from personal experience, the more honest and open and vulnerable you are with someone, the more they will listen to you. It does not guarantee they will do their business with you, but it 100% guarantees they will see you and not what you're trying to sell them. And that's what we care about. We have a phenomenal product. I downplay it all the time because I never like to get in a pissing match with somebody and say, our product is better than theirs. I mean, yeah, we've got the science to prove it. We've got the studies to back it up. It speaks for itself, but it may not have value for somebody. But if people know that I care about them enough not to bullshit, because that's where you also have to flip. You don't have to go, Karen, I care about you so much. I want your health improved. I want your finances improved. I just want to help you. Do you know that's insulting to a lot of people? Do you know that a lot of people, they feel disrespected? It's like, wait a minute. It's another defense mechanism. It's pride. It's pride. You're going to call somebody you haven't talked to in a while, and you're going to present them an opportunity because you care about them and you want to help them. It's almost like, who the fuck are you? This is just human reality that you need to avoid. If you care about people, you could say that. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's how you present it. Karen, listen, I care about you, and I don't know if I can do anything for you. I really don't, and I don't want this to come across as offensive or insulting. I do have ulterior motives too, right? I want to present something to you because I want my business to grow, and I honestly think that you could benefit me a lot more than I could benefit you right now. So I honestly, I want to learn. I want to see if I can work with you and present something for you. Stop acting like you're the end-all be-all and you've got the solution to these people's problems. Find out, right, through conversation, which is a very tricky subject. I'll get to that lastly. You need to find out what somebody's needs are. When you get too personal, this is the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to the invite. When you get too personal with people and you make promises, we're going to get rich quick and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. When that person is not seeing the results that you lavishly promised them, you're done. You have no weight to your word, and all of a sudden you got them involved in a scam, right? This is business. The way that I happen to present this, because I do have I'm an introvert off camera, very soft persona. I love to be funny. I love to be inappropriate. I have toilet humor. I mean, I'm just a big joker with my family, very sensitive. But when it comes to being on, I am business and there's nothing else, right? There's nothing personal. John, Dominic Izzo, I hope you're doing well. Listen, we haven't spoken in a while, and I understand that this might be a little bit disingenuous or this might be a little bit inappropriate. I am contacting everyone on my list that I've known over the last several years. There's something I want to present for you. I am 100% trying to pitch you. I do want to sell you. I do want to gain your business. We can catch up personally later, but this is a business call. I also do want an answer from you, please. There is no wrong answer. It's business, not personal. So either way, just give me an answer, please. I get that decisive, succinct, that matter of fact, because I want to be seen as the consummate professional. I want to be seen as no nonsense, and I don't want to be seen as somebody who's going to be manipulating them to do something I want. It's not personal. It's business. Give me an answer. Say no. I'll accept that answer. Hope you're doing well. I acknowledge. I haven't talked to you in a while. This is inappropriate. I should be catching up with you, but I'm not because this is business. When you wind up getting too much into the friend aspect of it, now you will have problems later on as you try to cultivate your team, because all of a sudden your team is going to go, well, hey, yeah, I couldn't call today. Yeah, the wife had 3 kids over and they were all, I don't care about your problems. This is business. This is business. And you can't take that tone later on. So establish a position of business always. And I tell all of my team members, all of you guys have heard this, I'm not your friend. The day that you wind up hitting the upper echelon benchmark of what you want, and maybe we're sitting on your 100-foot yacht in the Florida Keys together, or you're taking me for coffee in your Bentley, then we're friends, right? You pay off your parents' mortgage, then we're friends. Up until that, I work for you. I work for you. It's as simple as that. And then lastly, have your prospect with the invite show professional courtesy to you, right? I wanted to give you some ideas for invite, and we will work with them one-on-one. This is just tipping toes in the pools for this. There's a lot that we can cater towards your needs and your personality, but always make sure they confirm. John, do me a favor, John. I want a professional courtesy response that you are attending my presentation tonight, right? Because that's where the floodgates open of where they don't take it seriously. They don't take you seriously. Oh, look, yeah. Oh, look, Keisha wound up inviting me onto something tonight. She wasn't too serious about it. I'm not even going to attend. As nervous as you can be, you can fumble the entire invite, right? The entire invite. If I will, you send a video. Can you? All right. Okay. But when you get to the end of it, hey, listen, I sent it to you. Give me a solid confirmation that in an hour, I'm going to call you back after you've watched this, and I want to have a phone call with you. Learn to reel it in at the very end. Guys, every stage in this process, contact, invite, show the plan, and follow up is meant to make you as just a better, well-rounded person to serve others. It's not a numbers game. We're not looking at that in our team this way. We're looking to change our lives, but we're looking to change our life. Our life. Because the more we change our life, the more we could serve other people. So it's okay to be driven by money because money's energy. It's good to be driven by health because it shows other people's values for what you can offer for them. Community, culture, everything. Do not be embarrassed or ashamed why you're inviting somebody in this business. John, I'm inviting you in this business because this is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. I don't know these people, but we're all in the chat talking the other day, and I'm learning some stuff. Hey, John, listen, I have no idea if there's value to you. I just started on this product. I feel pretty damn good. No clue if you're going to like it, but I want to show it to you. Hey, John, listen, I have no idea if this is even remotely something that you'd like to be a part of, but I know that times are tough for me personally. I got involved with something that I believe that if I put a ton of hard work into, I can at least cover the cost of gas that it takes to put in my car every month. Always tell the truth. Always be very authentic. Always integrity is everything. The invite is the thing you need to master, and I promise you, once you learn how to invite people, everything else changes. We have the tools for the presentation. We have the tools for the pitch and the close, with the objection handling, the team building, the recruiting. We will take care of that, all of you, with you, and train you as time goes on. You must write down must, underline it 5 times in all capital letters, circle it, laminate it, put it on your fridge. You must master the art of inviting people to see your content. Everything else is easy once you've gotten over that. Again, welcome to the team. Make sure you're utilizing our contact information. Call us, text us, put us to work for you, and we're looking forward to helping you grow as your season in this business perpetually continues. Have a great damn day. See you on the next training video.